Now we are going to go through the basics of the legal release you will be asked to sign at the animal care orientation. Essentially, it discusses the responsibilities of an HRA foster parent, potential risks of fostering, and how to handle any unexpected situations that may arise while fostering for HRA. While these are important and serious matters to note, it is also important to note that fostering is a hugely rewarding experience and makes such a difference to the lives of so many animals. The basic expectations we have of our foster parents are that you're willing to follow the policies and procedures of the foster department, provide animal care supplies and food for your foster animal, unless your animal has special dietary or care needs, in which case we will provide the necessary supplies. Treat your foster animal with the love and care you would treat your own animal. Provide transportation for yourself and for your foster animal to and from our facilities to pick up your foster animal and to bring your foster animal to and from scheduled medical appointments. Have regular internet and email access. Please be transparent about any medical or behavioral concerns that may arise while the foster animal is in your care. We want to help support you and your foster. We have an entire team of medical and behavioral professionals that can help. We ask that you will exclusively use HRA medical facilities to meet the medical needs of your foster animal unless otherwise directed by an HRA staff member. If you decide to adopt your foster animal, we ask that you follow all standard HRA adoption policies. We expect that your foster animal will remain in your home under your care until the adoption is finalized by HRA staff. This means no sleepovers. Please note that potential adopters often ask to take the foster home for a trial run. This is not allowed. If someone requests this, please feel free to gently explain that our policy does not allow this and refer them to an adoption counselor to figure out the reason behind the request. When taking any new animal into your home, there are always potential risks to consider and be aware of. These risks may impact individuals both in the home and outside, as well as any resident or outside animals that come into contact with your foster animal. Humans coming into contact with the foster animal should always be aware that a foster animal may respond to situations differently than they would in a shelter environment. And sometimes these responses can be unpredictable. This could lead to damages or destruction of personal property. Foster families, members of the household, or visitors could be injured by a foster animal. While it is rare, foster families, members of their household, or visitors could catch a disease and/or parasite from a foster animal. Please note that we never send out animals with known transmittable diseases without the consent of the foster parent. As with all animal interactions, it is important to note that bringing a foster animal into a home with resident animals or introducing the foster animal to outside animals could result in resident animals being injured by a foster animal. This is preventable if you follow procedures and guidelines recommended by HRA. Resident animals could catch a disease or a parasite from a foster animal. Any HRA animal with a known disease or parasite will be treated accordingly by our medical team and will not be placed in foster care without the foster's permission. Just as a precaution, we recommend that you tell your vet you will be fostering an animal from a shelter environment to determine the best care plan for your resident animals. It is also good practice to keep resident animals separate from fosters for at least the first week in case your foster breaks with any communicable diseases, like a cold. HRA never knowingly sends aggressive or dangerous animals into foster homes. Our behavior team conducts evaluations before determining that an animal is safe to go into a home. Additionally, our foster team does everything in our power to set animals and fosters up in a successful environment by providing pertinent information and support to help fosters and their animals succeed. However, as previously stated, an animal's behavior in the shelter does not always correlate with their behavior in foster care. Therefore, foster parents should be aware one of the risks for both animal and human is a bite. For clarification, a bite is when teeth cause punctures that break skin. In the occurrence of injuries, such as a bite by or to the foster animal, you'll need to call the front desk at our New York Avenue location and notify the foster department immediately via email. Please note that we do our very best to make a solid foster match, but if the foster situation isn't working, the animal should be returned to HRA. You will be helping us care for some of our most vulnerable populations, like bottle babies, senior animals, and sick animals. Sometimes these animals pass away while in foster care. Should this happen, you'll need to notify the foster department and will be asked to return the remains to our facility. Phew! Did you make it through all of that? Glad you're still with me. We just have a couple more subjects to cover.